Okay, welcome everybody. Jeff Sansone bringing you another interview from Tigers basketball. Pleasure to have Jason Hartnett on with us today. Jason is a senior playing for Ridgefield High School. He's kind of a 2-3 guard, shooting guard, power forward kind of guy. Wears number 30 for the Tigers. 4-year player. Has been with the program all 4 years, and really happy to have you here, Jason. Want to say hello and introduce yourself, or anything I get wrong there? Are we all good?
Yeah, you're all good. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you. You've played for Coach McClellan all 4 years, right? You were not part of the Carl Charles era, right? This has all been
I was
McClellan for you?
not. Yeah, Coach Mack has been there for as long as I can remember. I think he might have started when I was in 5th or 6th grade.
Gotcha.
So I've known him for a long time, all the way through middle school and then now into high school.
And you played RBA travel as well, and had a head coach with the same last name, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played travel ball for middle school, fifth through 8th grade. Great experience. It was a lot of fun.
How was it playing for your dad all those years?
It was good. It was fun. Sometimes you wish it wasn't your dad, but overall it was a really fun experience, and it was super good.
Yeah, when we had our banquet at the end of the year last year, and I'll put banquet in air quotes because it was a COVID kind of situation. It was outside, and you were there, and you heard from the seven. We've heard a lot about these 7 graduating players, the seniors. When they all talked about their fondest memories of basketball, it was all about those travel years. 5th to 8th grade. Those seem to be the years where you guys had a lot of fun. Was it the same for you? Is that some of the more fun? Because in those days there's a lot more playing time, right? There's a lot more games. You're not coming up through the ranks like a freshman and a sophomore. Like is it more fun, you think, at the youth level maybe than business at the high school level in a way?
Yeah, I think. You play a lot more games. You're with the same people for your 4 years. Generally, you got this kind of continuity, and you get to go to tournaments. You do a lot of these fun activities, and I think you heard it last year. Just it's a great experience. It's a lot of fun. I totally recommend it for any younger players. Still some of my best basketball memories from those years.
Yeah, for sure. And your dad and I had the pleasure of coaching together as well. He was nice enough to give his time to the St. Mary's program and coach alongside me. So he's really good with his X's and O's. Good basketball player, good basketball mind. So I'm sure you guys had a good time doing that. What's it like playing for Coach Mack? Different experience than playing for your dad, I'm sure. How's Coach Mack been all these years?
Yeah, Coach Mack, I think if you're going to talk about one thing with him is just how prepared he is. He's on top of everything. Everything has a purpose, and he always knows what he's doing with his practice plans, his game plans, his scouting, you name it, and he's just on top of everything.
Yeah,
And
and
he's also
that trickles down to you guys, right? Like, you see how prepared he is. You feel a responsibility to be prepared as well, don't you?
Yeah, I think the preparation just breeds confidence too. I think when you go into a game and you know a lot about the other team, and you know what you're doing down to a T, it just makes you feel all that much more confident that you're going to win,
Yeah.
and it just allows for the program to have a lot of success.
What's confidence is a big word in athletics and in competition, especially for a guy who plays the role you play on this team, right? You're a kind of a sharpshooter. You're looked at to knock down those shots. How do you manage that? That seems to be to someone like me who never had that responsibility. Seems like a lot of pressure. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, I think what I've gotten to learn is just how to always be ready. You got to be ready, and you also can't get too high or too low. Sometimes you might go like 0 for 4 or something, and you got to have that same confidence to shoot the next one. So it's kind of just you got to be steady and you got to be ready.
Yeah, like I said in the last broadcast, there's a couple of things that, like, it's your job to shoot that shot. Like, like you might be 0 for 4, like you said, and that doesn't mean you need to pass up. If that's the best shot that you're going to get, and there's not a better alternative on the floor, you're required to shoot that ball, right? And so that's tough when you're off, sometimes. In the youth league, it's probably easier to get yourself hot with some layups and stuff. This high school thing is harder than that. Let's talk a little bit about school. What do you enjoy at school? What are you studying right now? What's your plan for next year? Are we going to work? Are we going to take a gap year? Are you going to continue at a university or college somewhere? What's your plan?
Yeah, so don't really know my plan right now. The gap years definitely could be in the cards based on COVID and if I'd be online for school. I'm looking to study environmental economics and probably minor in statistics. So it's kind of still up in the air. I mean, I've gotten a few acceptances, and we're looking into the future. So
Yeah, it's been. You mentioned COVID. It's been the topic of all conversations basically that we've talked about, right? And I'm glad to hear about environmental economics. That's a very specific field. How did you get exposed to that? Did something in Richfield influence you, or just something you found on your own at Richfield High School, or how did you come up with that?
yeah, so a few classes. Ironically, environmental science and econ. I fell in love with those classes, and also I think like having like as a young kid, like wanting to help the environment, and then also I feel like I have like a numbers type of mind and like a business sense. Um, so combining the two, I think really just fits what I want to do, and
Yeah.
it gives me some flexibility. Like I can go into an econ field and not necessarily use the environmental piece, or vice versa. So it allows me some flexibility, and it interests me. So
Yeah, sounds like a good plan. So I was going to get into the COVID a little bit. I know that you work in the off season. You're a multi-sport athlete, a baseball player, and a basketball player. Did COVID affect you in this off season? Did it affect your baseball? Did it affect your basketball? How did that work for you with everything that's been going on?
yeah, so flashback to when we first got shut down. We were gonna play in the States for basketball, and baseball was gonna start I think the next week or something, like really shortly after. Then you get shut down. Obviously, no baseball season. I was able to do like lift a little bit and hit and do some stuff at my house. And then we ended up having a summer baseball season. And that fed right into the fall basketball workouts.
Yeah.
So, it obviously erased my junior's baseball season, but the rest was not too affected. It was different, but still got a lot of those opportunities.
Yeah. Being a multi-sport guy, you gave yourself a little bit more opportunity than maybe the single sport guys did with just basketball. You think there'll be baseball this spring? Have you heard anything yet? I imagine if we're playing basketball inside, that baseball outside should probably happen, right?
Yeah, I would imagine so. I think there'll be some restrictions. It'll be a little bit different, but I think they're gonna find a way to pull it off. I
Yeah.
think having a basketball season gives a lot of confidence that the baseball season will happen.
So I see something peeking out behind you there on your wall. You don't have. Oh, all right, that's what I was worried about. we're
Little
we're
Red
kind of on the
Sox.
yeah we're kind of on the Mason Dixon line for Yankee fans and Red Sox fans, right? I happen to be a Yankees fan, so we'll continue the interview anyway. But
Yeah.
yeah. So what about so we talked about school, right, and your future plans. So we were going to say this is our second Sunday Zoom together in a row. Last week, you and I had a very long conversation with a couple of my nephews and a couple of former interns of mine about the stock market and Robinhood and GameStop and AMC and all that stuff. Is that with your economics focus? Are you interested in the business world as well and the markets?
Yeah, 100%. That stuff really interests me. A lot of when you hear the term environmental economics, you might think more environmental, but when you look into a lot of the coursework, a lot of it is straight economics and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, I have a passion for that, and I certainly like to look at the stock market and invest some of my money. Um,
Very
and
good.
I enjoy it, you know.
Yeah.
So
Well, listen, it sounds like, by that smile, I guess you're making money. So, if you're losing money, I'm sure you wouldn't be smiling, but
yeah,
hopefully you
exactly.
navigate this, that world. It's fun. That's what I do. And, I'm glad you're interested in it at an early age. So we're recording this on Super Bowl Sunday. It's been snowing all day here in Ridgefield, but I guess I have to ask you, you got TB12 today, or do you have Mahomes? The big game.
Oh, of course. So as a Pats fan, I mean, you can't root against Tom Brady. Like,
I don't know. Pats fans are kind of maniacal. You leave town, they might hate you. I mean, he's a special guy though. So
I
you're a
think,
TB12
yeah,
guy. Yeah.
I'm 100% a TV 12 guy. I mean, he obviously won 6 Super Bowls with the Patriots, and he's a great player, and I'm rooting for him this Sunday.
Do you think
Plus,
that opinion affects your playing time? Because Coach Mack is not a TB12 12 fan.
hopefully not too much, right?
All right, listen. I'll
Oh
keep
my
this
God.
interview in the bag for a little while. Let you get your shots up first, and then we'll break it to him. I'm
All
sure he
right.
knows. I'm sure he knows you're a TB12 fan already, though, right?
Oh, he knows. He knows
Yeah,
all
he
too
knows.
well.
All right, well, Jason, I'm gonna let you go. I appreciate your time. I think we'll try to air this, during one of the games during the season. I'm talking to all the seniors, and I'm sure the fans are looking forward to getting to know you a little more. And I'm glad we got to spend a few minutes talking.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. We'll talk soon. Thanks, buddy.
See you later.
All right, bye.